Guys, we have big news for you. And to start it all off, the New York Times has just lost its first defamation case in over 50 long years. That's right, 50 years. First ever case to lose. And boy, did they have to pay out. So we got this from CBS News. New York Times defamed ex college basketball player Kai Spears must pay him $9.25 million in damages, the jury says. In Tuscaloosa, Alabama, an Alabama jury on Thursday awarded $9.25 million in damages after finding that the New York Times defamed a former college basketball player, by incorrectly reporting that he was at the scene of a fatal shooting in Tuscaloosa. Kai Spears, who played for the University of Alabama men's team, sued the Times in 2023 after it published a report citing a person familiar with the investigation that indicated he was a passenger in a car involved in the shooting. The Times reported that the person had spoken on the condition of an anonymity, oh my gosh, anonymity, to discuss sensitive matters. Days later, the Times acknowledged its errors in an editor's notes and corrected the story. Now, the 8-person jury delivered its verdict after a 9-day trial in the U.S. District Court of the Northern District of Alabama. Matt Glover, an attorney for Spears, said he was pleased with the decision and believes this verdict will improve journalism throughout the country. Which, hey, I'm all for it. I'm all for transparency, for truth. I'm all for it. But we have to make sure that it is the truth, 100%. Before we continue, we need to make sure that it is 100% the truth, and that will always stay the truth. But anywho, back to the story. The Times was reviewing its legal options after losing in court. Spokesperson Charlie Stanley said, we're disappointed the jury found the Times liable for an honest mistake. Yes, and it is a mistake. You have to own up to it. Duh. Standler said in a statement Thursday, "We thank the jury for its service, but believe the verdict and award of damages are contrary to law and not supported by the evidence." 3 other basketball players from the school were present at the January 2023 shooting, which killed a 23-year-old mother. In the lawsuit, Spears claimed that the inaccurate reporting has caused him emotional stress and forever linked him with the murder. And it did. Even if you corrected it, he's now linked with the murder case. CBSSports.com noted that after the story appeared, Spears took to social media and called the report of his appearance at the scene 100% inaccurate. I have one thing to say. The report in the New York Times was 100% inaccurate, and the writer had complete disregard for the truth. I am trying to process and cope with these false statements that somehow have been published and then seen by so many. So thankful to Alabama Athletics for refuting it on my behalf. More than anything, I remain completely heartbroken by the tragic death that occurred that night, Spears said. A Times article reporting on the verdict Thursday said the newspaper had lost a defamation lawsuit brought in the United States over one of its articles in more than 50 years. The article says Alabama law caps jury awards in certain cases, so the damages in this one will be adjusted downward by more than $2 million, but they still got to pay out more than $90 million. Oh no, that's crazy. I'm all for the truth. But if you report a lie, you need to face the consequences. Yes, it was a mistake, but you still need to face those consequences. You are still responsible for the mistake that you made. So, saying that you are not happy about the defamation loss and that the jury was wrong, or that you thought what did they say? Or that you were disappointed in the jury, does not make what you did wrong. It doesn't revert the time back to when you didn't post it. So here are the consequences. Everybody makes mistakes, yes, but you had to own up to those mistakes. You had to be responsible. We have to be accountable for those mistakes. New York Times, you got it. Look, you got it this time. You got it this time. Face the music. Pay out what you got to pay out. Done deal. All right, done deal. Case closed. But don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with everybody that you know. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.